Hello everyone and welcome back to WhiskyWars and welcome to episode 5 of the NeckPour. Today we have an American whiskey to open up and review, and that's going to be the Angels Envy. Now I've wanted this whiskey for years now. I think it looks great. I love the bottle design, but the most intriguing thing for me is the fact that it's bourbon finished in port casks, which is something I've never had a wine finished bourbon before. So it really interested me. Now, what I will say is that I've had a few people on the channel from America alert me to the fact that actually it might not be the best bourbon in the world, but I'm still excited. So here's to my first impressions, and I'm going to open it up. Okay, let's hear. Oh, that's a good cork pop. That's a very good cork pop. Okay, here we go. And this whiskey is bottled at 43%. 43.3 to be exact. Got the little wings on the back. Put this in. Interesting, on the nose, I'm not really picking up that port cask influence. It just smells like a more regular bourbon on the nose. Sweet, yes, but it's giving me a little bit of like a maker's mark on the nose. Like a little bit of sweet cherry maybe. So you could argue that's coming from the port cask. However, I get cherry on quite a few bourbons that are just ex-bourbon casks. So I'm really struggling to see the port cask influence, which is really disappointing. But hopefully the taste is a little bit better. Honestly, it's not really coming through on the taste either. It's a little bit nutty, and I get a little bit of a wood varnish on the back end, which I do get on a lot of bourbons. For me, this could very well be Angels Envy Bourbon with no port cask finish, and I wouldn't know the difference. Well, it seems like I've fallen for a little bit of marketing. It's a beautiful bottle, finished in port casks, really interested me. But you guys watching, you know, and you've let me know, it's not the one to go for. Yeah. So my initial thoughts of this whiskey, it feels like a standard bourbon, to be honest. I'm not getting that port cask influence, which is the reason why I was so excited about buying it. And so for me, I can't help but feel a little bit underwhelmed, which, to be honest, this is not a cheap whiskey in the UK. I think I paid £55 for it. Now there was a 20% discount on the website at the time, but £55 is what this retails for. And before the price drop around 6 months ago, it was retailing for about £80 to £90. I mean, that's over $100. So, yeah. Right now, the impressions are save your money. But I'm going to give it a little bit of time to open up. I'm going to work my way through the bottle, and a full review will be coming shortly on the channel. Hello everyone, and this is future me. Just before I'm posting this video, I have, as you can see, drunk quite a bit of this whiskey. And I just wanted to go over a couple more things, just because my experience has differed slightly from the NeckPour to now. And I just wanted to give you guys, because I don't know what bourbon to war with this whiskey. So it might be some time before I pick a good one. So I wanted to let you guys know a little bit more accurately my experience with this whiskey. And I have to be honest, I'm really impressed with this whiskey. I wouldn't go as far to say that it's one of my favourite whiskies, but I do want to touch a bit more on the notes, because this has since opened up, and as you can see, I've really got to know this whiskey a lot more. So I think, as I touched upon in the NeckPour, this is given me Oranges, orange peel, fresh orange peel, fresh orange juice. Really natural smelling, which is really, really welcome. I love that note. But also a real dry nuttiness that almost verges on almost verges on peanuts, but perhaps a little bit more walnutty still. If you could picture a nuts brittle, so some peanuts and walnuts mixed together with some maple syrup on top, and then squeezing some fresh orange juice on top of that, that's really what you're going to get quite vividly on the nose. There is a slight wood varnish note at the back end of this whiskey, and that is something that I really do not like, and but it is something that I do get on of quite a few bourbons. That is one downside. However, you are picking up, I think I mentioned on the NeckPour earlier in this video that I wasn't really getting too much red fruit. If I'm being totally honest, I'm still not. But they are coming out a little bit more. There's just something a little bit extra fruity on the back end, and I can clearly put that down to the port cask that it's finished in. But I would have liked the presence of the port casks to have imparted a bit more flavour onto the whiskey, which I think is a shame that it doesn't do that. Just finally, do I get some spices? I do actually. For me, I think it's hinting. I was going to say clove, but it's not. I think it's hinting at just a little bit of nutmeg, but definitely cinnamon there. Don't really pick up any ginger, so I'd say just cinnamon and nutmeg for the spices. Orange, freshly squeezed orange juice, maple syrup, some walnuts and peanuts, and a little bit of oak, and just a little bit of those red fruits. But I would have liked a little bit more of those red fruits, to be honest. Overall, for the money, I think it's expensive. I like the whiskey, as you can see. I do enjoy the whiskey, and the bottle is fantastic. So just to have on your shelf, I think it's almost worth a purchase. But this whiskey is £55. I did see it in duty free though for £41. So that's one of the few good duty free prices that I've seen of late. For £40, I think it's well worth a buy. £55, it is very expensive. For me, I just think it's a little bit overpriced for what it is. But at the same time, if you buy it, I don't think you'll be too disappointed. So that's where I'm going to leave it. It's certainly not a must buy. And if you're really interested, like I was, for that port cask finish, I think you'll be a little bit disappointed because it doesn't impart too much on the liquid for me, although you can pick up some elements of that. Okay guys, I hope that helped, and let's go back to Old Me. So thank you all for watching for this underwhelming NeckPour, I must say. I had high hopes for it, but the viewers know best, that's for sure. Thanks for watching. Please click the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Really helps the channel out. And I hope to see you all for the next Whiskey War.